Music with Sarah.
All right, babe. This is your song of the week.
It is. And this week I had planned to do an older song. I thought I guess all the ones we've done so far have been more recent songs.
Sure.
So I was going to go back in the Wayback Machine.
You were, but just couldn't get this out of your head.
After going on the trip that we just got off of, and I've heard this song probably, 10 or 15 times in the last week, and I just can't get it out of my head. And I said, well, with our topic for today, it seemed very appropriate. So I went with it. And this song is called Abide.
It's called Abide. Now, this particular version, it's Shane and Shane's Worship Initiative.
Yes, Shane and Shane featuring Aaron Williams and Dwell Songs. I don't know if that's a group or a person.
Right, I think they actually wrote it. It's hard to tell who wrote it, but Dwell Songs, I don't know what that is. I'm probably showing my age here. I just can't keep track of all these new people. But we like the Shane and Shane version of on the Worship Initiative. I don't know if I've ever heard the other version.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard any others, but this one's really good, so you should go check it out. But it has one line in there that is repeated again and again and again.
Oh, yeah, people love that, right?
And, well, yeah, probably not, but the line is, I depend on you. Right. And at the end, it actually they keep singing that for a little bit, and then it has a pretty cello part. And anyway, but I think that is something that I wish most people understood and believed, and I feel like so often we don't. And
depending on him.
Yep. And so, I mean, it just starts with what do we depend on him for? And it starts with for my waking breath. I mean, just getting up in the morning and having life and a new day, we're dependent on God. Like, we can't make that happen. It's like He gives us life for our daily bread. And that's one of the I ams that we talked about today was He's the bread of life. Like, everything we need to sustain life, we have in Him. And then for the sun to rise, without the sun, there is no life.
No, I like the sun. You know me. I'm a sunny guy, so.
It's a little hot these days, but
it is, but I'd rather the sun than not. I
agree. And I mean, just without it, just to think that there could be no life at all, and yet we have no control over it. So, and anyway, so and then when you get to the chorus, it starts with "You're the way, the truth, and the life." Again, one of the I am statements that we talked about today. And another thing that we depend on Him for, like He's the source of everything that we have, everything that we need. And the well that never runs dry. Right. And
kind of like the woman at the well.
The woman at the well. And reading John most every day with the girls, we're reading that story and just thinking that, He came to give us that living water that when we drink of it, we would never thirst again. And so.
And I am the branch and you are divine.
Again, one of the 7 I ams that we talked about. And I know there's a line in there that I feel like sometimes maybe you weren't so sure about.
What's that? The next one?
Teach me to abide.
Right, because I think theologically we abide in Him. It tells us to abide in Him and He abides in us.
Right.
But, the abiding, can we learn to abide or we just abide, And I get what they're trying to say, draw me close. They want to abide in Him, but it's not you don't keep going in and out. You abide.
Right, but it does say if you abide. So to me, it makes it seem like maybe could there be a way not to?
Well, you either do or you don't. But I mean,
whatever.
I'm not gonna. It's the last line of the chorus, and it's not that big of a deal to me.
I guess it makes me think like maybe more teach me what it means to abide. Like what does that mean? And like a branch isn't trying to do anything like you say. It just is there and it's part, and because it's connected to the vine, it has everything that it needs to sustain life and to bear fruit and to do all these things. So it's not trying to do anything. Nope. It just happens to be. But in all the study, like for the 7 I ams, and I was listening to somebody talk about abide, and they were saying that abide means to remain or to stay, which, like you say, you're just there. Right. So, but then he said another definition he heard was refusing to depart, which, maybe is however accurate that was, but I kind of liked that. And then he had another one that was inward, enduring, personal communion. And I just thought, wow, okay. That's a loaded thought right there. But, I don't know. I love the idea of abiding, and yes, it's not something we try to do. It's something that we just understand that we do abide, and not only do we just abide, but it's like He is the husbandman or the vine dresser or the whatever you want to call it. And it's like, if my tomato plants out there aren't producing fruit, it's not the branch's fault.
No,
it's not even the vine's fault. It's like it's the gardener, the one who has to go and make sure that everything is as it's supposed to be.
We have sure made many failures in that regard.
Oh, we have.
but God does not. So, so that is the song "Abide" by Shane and Shane, Aaron Williams, the Dwell songs. I don't know which one actually wrote it, but it's the Shane and Shane worship initiative that we like that version.
Yep.
So that is
Great
Sarah's song of the week.